Good morning. So, I wanted to take you guys along. Actually, I didn't really want to take you guys along. You guys have been asking to come along. I sound so mean. I don't mean it in a mean way. I really enjoy plant shopping and potting my plants. Again, as a solitary act. It is not something that I do for the internet necessarily. It is not a hobby that I enjoy to like make myself look cool. I enjoy plants and house plants and gardening for the sake of myself because it calms me down. It's fun for me, and I like learning new things about new plants, and I like challenges, and keeping a plant alive indoors in Ohio is a challenge. But with that being said, a lot of you guys have asked me to take you along with me while I houseplant shop or go houseplant shopping. I've tried to do little like clips here and there, and I've tried to use my phone to like, you know, do Instagram things and all of that. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I post a lot on Instagram, all right? Like, I'm talking too much. I just like it because it's an easy, fast way to communicate with you guys without spending like too much time on my phone or online during the day. But anyways, so I've done a lot of that, but you guys are like, no, we want to see where you go and what kind of plants you're looking for and all of that. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a little bit of that, and maybe I'll show you some of my new plant arrangements and things that I've done at home. Like I said, I just enjoy plants, guys. Like, I do. And I love that you guys enjoy my obsession with plants. It is an obsession that I've had for a long, long time since my mother instilled it in me. But, you know, it wasn't until recent years that I was able to get back into having plants because now all my littles know not to touch things, and I'm no longer babysitting littles that touch things and all of that good stuff. And our dog is no longer a puppy, so there's lots of things. So anyways, let's just keep that in mind, all right? So if I get a little bit too in my head and I don't get a good amount of footage or anything, just bear with me. This is something that I like to do for myself, not anybody else, all right? All right, let's go. I also don't know how video friendly some of these places are, so keep that in mind. The selection isn't great, but here's a Hoya, a really nice sized Hoya. Ooh, a really nice sized Hoya. I don't need you, but how much are you? $20. Oh, I might come back to you. I just bought a Hoya the other day. I don't need her, but I like her. Here's more. There's a Ficus Audrey. I gave one of these away to a friend, but it's beautiful. I don't have room for another Ficus in my house. I want to make a fairy garden for the kids. My mom used to have one, if you guys remember that, but I don't know where I'd put it. Kai would really enjoy a fairy garden though. They have a great amount of succulents here, but you guys know I kill succulents as a profession almost. All right, so that was a terrible example of how usually a visit to a plant store would go, just because their selection was very poor, which I'm surprised because this is about the time when like greenhouses start getting a lot of their houseplants in, because it's like the beginning of the growing season. So I'm a little bit surprised, but you know, this place is not usually, I mean, I like coming here a lot, but usually during the winter, for some reason, they have a better selection. So I don't know, crapped out, but that's all right. They did have some really pretty Hoyas, but I literally just bought the exact Hoya the other day for half the price. It wasn't as big, but it will get that big pretty quickly, just because it's already growing really quickly where I put it. So yeah, I don't need two of the exact same plant. She says that she has a bunch of duplicates at home. I'm looking for a few Hoyas, but not those. I already have those. The next Hoya I want is a Hindu rope, but those are expensive, and I haven't been able to find one locally. And then I also want, there's another one that I wanted. I can't think of it. I'll think of it. But now we're gonna go hit up another place, which I haven't been to since last summer. All right, quick detour. I was driving and I realized, oh, I need to stop by a department store because I need to get some grub X to put on my hostas because there are grubs eating my freaking hostas amongst other animals. But yeah, yeah. Also, I have stuff eating my rose bushes, so I need to get some Natura spray. And Home Depot and Lowe's are like the cheapest places to get this kind of stuff. So we're gonna stop in here real quick. All right, so I just stopped in the houseplant area just because sometimes you can find some good deals at Home Depot and Lowe's. As you guys know, I got that fiddle leaf, that like 2-3 foot fiddle leaf from Home Depot for $10, and it's doing so well. One thing I don't like about department store houseplants is that usually you'll find stuff like this where this is a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plant, but this is all glued. This poor plant's glued in here. So I don't like messing with that shit. That just is asking for disaster. So a lot of these houseplants are actually like that. I noticed these alocasias the other day when I was here, because you guys know we live at Home Depot and Lowe's, and they're so pretty, but again, this stuff is all glued. Like, this plant is glued into this planter. I don't know why they do that, maybe for shipping reasons, but it just makes me sad. They do have some banana plants here, but I don't really necessarily need banana plants. I mean, they're interesting looking, but I don't need them. And it is interesting that they have this kind of plant here. They have some anthuriums, but I already have anthuriums. You guys know that. CZ plants, I already have those. Bromeliads, I've tried. I just don't really find them that attractive. They don't fit anywhere in my house. I like trying and like discovering new plants and having new challenges, like I said, but at the same time, I also want my house to look cohesive. I'm very picky with what plants I bring into my home now. Succulents, these kill me every single time because I'm like, half of you guys are gonna die. So sorry, either here or at somebody else's house. Like mine, because I can't keep succulents or cactuses alive, except for my jade plants. I've been able to keep those alive, and technically my pilea is a succulent, but you know what I mean. Yeah, every once in a while, Home Depot and Lowe's will have good deals on stuff. I love these succulents so much. They're so pretty. I just have nowhere to put them. I don't get enough sun everywhere. I only have a few spots, and those are already taken. Yeah, you can find good deals at places. Like I said, Home Depot, I got my fiddle leaf for $10. And right now, Walmart's actually got a lot of huge fiddle leaf figs for like $17. So every once in a while, it's worth stopping by. But yeah, I can't believe how much money I spend on my stupid yard, guys. I'm not spending money on the actual plants. I'm spending money on dirt or mulch or stuff to kill insects. So this is a huge colocasia, but I don't need one. And like I said, my alocasia is not doing very well, but look how pretty. So we're at Benzel's, and this place has like the most unique plants I've been able to find anywhere so far. You just have to look in the right places. So things like this. These are so pretty. These are in bloom right now. This is what I like to do, is just walk around and just see if anything catches my eye. If something does, then I'll stop and look longer. Staghorns, I already have. So I've been wanting a wandering Jew for a while now, but I don't know where I would put one. This is the problem, is I'm running out of space in my house. I do want a curly spider plant. I have not been able to find one locally. I'd love to get a stramanthe, but I don't think I have enough humidity in my house during the winter. Some little baby ficus liratas or fiddle leaves. Don't see any Hoyas. Oh, never mind, I spotted some. We'll head over there in a second. John always likes coming in here to see these huge plants that have been growing for like years and that are basically part of the structure. It is pretty cool. So once again, I do not know why. I just don't have enough sun for cactus. Or cacti. I just kill them. You guys know that there's things called like penis cactuses and booby cactuses? Did not know that. String of hooks. Do they have a string of hearts? That is on my list, is a string of hearts. Look how beautiful those blooms are. Holy cow, that is pretty. How huge that staghorn fern is. Monsters. Alright, so that was another bust. I mean, they had beautiful plants and they had super unique plants, but they didn't have any other plants that I'm necessarily looking for. Or like I said, I'm looking for a Hoya Hindu rope, string of hearts. I want a Zenzi, which is basically a compact version of a ZZ plant. I'm looking for one of those, and then a velvet philodendron. I'm looking for one of those. It's just so much more fun when I could support locally. I mean, you guys know I love ordering plants and do a lot, but there's something to be said about being able to find the plant, bring it home, take care of it, all of that good stuff. And yeah, I was kind of crapped out today on these two places. I'm gonna stop by one more place on the way home just to see if they have anything, and I guess that's it. I think this is the universe's way of saying, like, stop, Kelly. All right, so I didn't film in there because I for sure thought that there was not going to be any indoor houseplants because it's mostly an outdoor greenhouse. But I came across their little fairy garden section, which I don't know if I would put these in fairy gardens because some of these can grow really big really fast. I'm not positive about all of the names of these, but I'm pretty positive, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty positive these are begonias right here. These are all different types of ferns. This one right here really excites me. They're in these really tiny like nursery planters, and I actually have a bunch of small pots that I can put them in for now until I figure out what I want to do with these. But all of these were plants that I wanted that I've seen in different places, but they were huge. So I'm super excited to have a bunch of little tiny baby plants. We're back at the house. It was supposed to be like sunny and really nice out today, and it's turning out to not be as sunny and nice out as I thought it would be. But it's not raining, and it's not ridiculously hot, and it's not ridiculously cold, so I'll take it. These are the little babies that I found. So this, I believe, is a maidenhair fern. This looks like a miniature staghorn fern, like the one that I have downstairs. This is a ribbon fern. I just found that out. Not had a great amount of luck with ferns, but I'm gonna try. And this one also is a fern, and this is like a fan fern, something of that sort. This is a whitey eye begonia, or a begonia whitey eye. This one I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about this one, so if you know what this is, please let me know. This one looks like it could be an olive plant, not sure. Also let me know if you know what that one is as well. So I have them all potted. They are so pretty. I'm excited. Now where to put them. I wish John's workbench got more light on it because I would totally keep some of these plants in here. Yeah, there's not enough sun in here though. I don't want to kill them because I love them. Nuna's just hanging out over here. You being a good girl? You being mommy's helper? You're such a good girl. And then I got my area cleaned up because you never want to leave, I don't know, I'm kind of a freak about it, but you don't want to leave things really messy because you don't want to attract bugs or anything icky or weird into your space. Alright guys, so it's been a couple days since I've been vlogging and totally lost track of time. I like got distracted with my plants and stuff. I potted and stuff happened, but I wanted to continue on. A lot of you guys have been asking me since I posted my little potting station what exactly we use for the potting station, and you guys know I'm all about reusing, reducing, and recycling, so that's what this area is. This right here is just a wire rack that's been out here for a long time. I'm pretty positive it came from John before we got married. It's really beat up, like it used to just house a bunch of just like crap on it. And this wood right here was left over, I think, from the kitchen, right? When we were remodeling the kitchen over the winter. And my brother-in-law was like, do you want me to cut it down and make it like a nice little table for you? And I said, sure. So he plopped that on there. And then these were the leftover IKEA fixtures that we had in the kitchen as well that I was gonna or recycle or sell, whichever, if we had all the parts. And I kind of was looking at it, I was like, you know what? That would look really nice over my potting station. So we kept those, put those up. And then this is just an old shelf from one of the kids' rooms that we didn't need from IKEA that we've had for like 10 years. And once again, it just like fit perfectly up there. So all of this stuff is literally just stuff we've reused over the last 10 years. if not more, because that thing came with John into the relationship, and we've been together for a long time. So yeah, that's all this is. So you can basically make a potting area or a little tool bench area out of anything if you really tried. No, we didn't spend any money on this. Well, initially we did years and years ago, but there was nothing spent to make this now. So yeah, so that's what that is. But I thought I would take you guys along because it is fertilizer day. Nuna, come. I need to fertilize a couple of my plants, and a lot of you guys have been asking me what I use for fertilizer. I was using a liquid fertilizer that I got from like a greenhouse or something. I forget who it was by, but I did switch to an organic fertilizer. This is the Neptune's Harvest Fish Fertilizer. I guess organic is better because there's less of a risk of like overfeeding, like something like that. I don't know. But a lot of people suggested this, and so that is what we're doing. Is using this. I did buy on Amazon a gallon-sized water plant, what do you call this thing? Watering bucket? Watering something? Anyways, I bought a gallon-sized one because most, if you've noticed, fertilizers have like per gallon sizing and measuring, and because I'm not so great with like numbers and figuring out like what percentage, if you cut this down or that down, I figured having a gallon-sized watering can would be best, because then all I have to do is put whatever this is in the gallon size. So when I'm doing this, I just pour the rest of the fertilizer on an outdoor plant because it's not going to hurt them, just to kind of help. Or you can also use this as a compost enhancer. So we do have a compost that John built me a year ago, in the back, so I can always pour it on that as well. So I'm gonna shake this really well. I have my watering can filled up. This is actually water from our dehumidifier downstairs. It fills up literally every day because there's that much humidity in the air in Ohio during the summer. So this is really nice, clean water, and it doesn't have a lot of the added stuff that our city water has in it. So it just kind of helps a little bit. And also it's reusing and recycling water. So that's always fun. And I'm using the tablespoon that I just used, which is designated for fertilizer. I'm using that to stir my watering can and everything in it so that all the fertilizer is nicely distributed throughout the water. I was gonna show you guys all of my houseplants and do an updated houseplant tour, but that is gonna take too long because I have like 55 houseplants. So instead we'll go around and I'll just show you the bigger plants that I'm fertilizing today, and I will do an updated houseplant tour soon. First plant we're gonna be fertilizing is this pothos right here. This is a neon pothos that is doing really well since I moved it from upstairs back down here. I've been slowly building her back up to being full by cutting off some of her bottoms and propagating them and then putting them back in her soil to make her more full. She got super leggy when she was in our bedroom because she was not getting enough sun over the winter. So she's a lot happier down here. And again, I'm just kind of trying to build her back up to her original fullness by just propagating and putting back in. So we're gonna fertilize her today. And then we're gonna come in here and do the fiddles. We have Fiona right here, and then we have Franny down here, and both of them need to be fertilized. I waited 2 weeks after they were potted to fertilize them, just because that's what people suggest. So we're gonna nicely fertilize her. And then my snake plants over here, I kind of want to fertilize, but I'm pretty sure they're still a little bit wet. They are, so I don't want to overwater them, so I'm gonna wait. Well, this one could use it. As you can see, her clay pot is still dark, so that means she's still got some moisture down there. I mean, that's not my only indicator, but that's one of the ones I look for. So I am not gonna fertilize her, but this one I'm gonna fertilize because I haven't fertilized her in like, it's been a long time. But this one I just potted maybe a month ago, or I got her a month ago and split her, and she's doing pretty well and has a lot of new growth. So I will fertilize her when I do my next round next week of the other half of my plants. I did just fertilize my rattlesnake over there just because she needed a little bit of water anyways. My pilea is doing really well there, minus that really bright yellow. I don't know why she got that. That one just came, but She's still fine. And then I did give my anthurium a little bit of fertilizer. Now we're gonna go up to the bedroom and we're gonna water slash fertilize the other sisters. So up here, which forgive the laundry, it was laundry day, we have Monica and Rachel. These are the monsteras that we have up here, and they have been loving life, but they are ready to be fertilized. Also, I'm gonna fertilize my 2 snake plants that are up there that I split in half, I wanna say a month ago. But yeah, we're gonna fertilize them, and hopefully that'll help with their monstrous growth. Which part of me doesn't really want them to get monstrous and grow, but I don't know, part of me does. Because at some point I think they're going to not be able to fit in here, and that's gonna make me sad. But I don't know, I kind of want to see like what full potential they can reach too at the same time. So it's like a double-edged sword. I want them to grow and be big because I'm a proud mama, but at the same time I really like what they look like in here, and I want them to be able to fit in here as long as possible. It's just, you know, you want your babies to grow, but at the same time you don't want them to leave you, you know? So here's something I like to do for my plants that don't have little spill trays, but instead have cover pots instead. As you guys know, I do like to keep certain plants that I tend to overwater in their nursery pots, just because they're designed to dry out the roots faster because of all those nice drainage holes. So to prevent like a bunch of like caca sitting in the lava rocks down below, just in case, I like to bring out like one of these plastic potter things, and then I will water them to the point where they're soaked, and then let them drain in here. And then once they're done draining, then I will put them in there so that they can not sit. Like I try to put like lava rocks on the bottom of my cover pots for like things like the sansevieria, anything that doesn't like to stay in water or have wet roots. I try to do that, but at the same time I don't want water sitting just at the bottom either and getting all moldy and gross and whatnot. So I do like to water in here, so that way I don't have to take it all the way down to the sink, and then I will put this back in its cover pot after I know it's done draining. So that way I can be sure that it gets soaked and also it's not, again, collecting at the bottom. Then we're gonna come over here and do my ZZs and then my pothos. Next we're gonna fertilize the Brazil. Oh, my arm's getting tired. And then this over here is Phoebe. She just got watered last week, so it's pretty humid down here. Her soil stays pretty wet and she doesn't get a huge amount of sun. So I'm gonna wait on her to fertilize her until later. So we have Monica, Rachel, and Phoebe. And then I just watered her and I just watered them. So they'll have to wait to be fertilized until next week. And then coming into my office slash laundry room, I guess I'll show you guys the new plants that I potted. I said I put my ferns. Those are over here on the little nursery table right now. The begonia, spotted whitey eye, is right there. And then we have, I don't know what that thing is. Again, it could be olive tree. It could be, I don't remember what the other name was for it, but that's sitting there. My maiden's hair fern is already not doing well. She is crispy. I gotta do something about her. That was my fear about having a maiden's hair fern. And then we have the other begonia. I'm almost positive that's a begonia. It probably isn't, but I think it is up there. And then I have a lot of other plants up there. My ZZ down here. My bird's nest fern's doing super well up there. My Hoya Crinkle 8's doing really well. My other Hoya is doing really well. She's growing so much. But yeah, and then I have another fern up there. This tricolor I'm so excited about right there, but that Hoya is really pretty. There's a few more Hoyas that I want, but Hoyas are expensive, man. The ones that I want are super expensive. But yeah, so everyone's happy here except for this maiden hair. I am pretty much done taking care of the plants for today. Yeah, pretty much done. Do you sit here? Can you sit here? Yeah, nope, nope, there you go. I do need to take care of my outdoor plants. Focus. I do need to take care of my outdoor plants, however. I need to put some slug down, killer down, and some stuff in my rose bushes, but I got a package in the mail, so I thought I would open that because it is a plant. I joined a Facebook group that basically is like a buy-sell Facebook group. Celine from San Antonio, if you guys remember when I went out there, she's one of my subscribers who I met while I was out there a few months ago. She invited me to the group and I'm so happy she did. I made my first purchase, which makes me a little bit like, I'm a little bit, I don't know. I get concerned because you don't know these people. This is how it's packaged. You guys know I do like to shop online for plants, but usually it's from like The Sill or Bloomscape. I haven't had a whole ton of luck with like smaller companies or or people buying from them, so we'll see how this works. But yeah, this is how it's wrapped. I thought she was coming in a pot. I did not realize she was not coming in a pot, so I don't know, but look at how big she is. Holy cow! So this is a Hoya Hindu rope, or a Hoya compacta, or Carnosa compacta. But yeah, she looks really good. Pretty healthy. I'm gonna have to check for bugs and everything and give her a good rinse. And I wanted something that was more established, but again, I thought she was coming in a pot. Oh well. I've been looking for one of these for a while, so I have lots of pots, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, John, look what came.
What is it?
It's a Hoya Hindu rope. You don't care.
It's nice.
Doesn't it? I think it looks cool. I'm excited. In my
fall off the side of it. Like, you know, like drape over the side?
Yes.
That's what
it's not, but when you say fall off the side, it doesn't.
It's like it's falling off the side. It's not.
It's gonna flow down the side. Fall kind of sounds.
Well, what does water do when it comes off the side of the cliff?
Flows. Boom.
It's called a waterfall for a reason.
Anyways, yes, so I'm gonna probably put this in my office. Do I have, what pot am I gonna put her in? That's the problem. What pot? I don't know, but I'm gonna pot her, but I just wanted to show you guys her before I let you go. But yeah, there's the end to my plant shopping, plant whatever video. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys are the ones who've been asking for like a watering / shopping with me / taking care of fertilizing my plants video, so hopefully this sufficed. I didn't want to make just another boring like watch me and listen to me talk for an hour doing nothing, so hopefully this was a little bit more interesting. If you found it more interesting, as always, give this video a thumbs up, comment below what other plant videos you guys want to see or any questions you might have. I don't think I'll be able to answer them, but I can try my best and I can tell you kind of how I feel and the way that I take care of my plants. I do want to mention that I did bring most of my ferns back outside, especially my maidenhair, just because I found some spider mites on my maidenhair, which a little disappointing, but I wanted to get her out of my office as fast as possible. I made sure to check all my plants prior to taking them in and wash them really well, so I don't really know how I missed it, but they're so tiny you have to be careful. But the second you see an infestation, get that plant out of there. I'll probably just get rid of my maidenhair just because she's so small and only cost me like $2, $3, and it's not worth trying to, my house is too small to separate all of my plants. So yeah, I might just get rid of her. I had my doubts about having a maidenhair fern anyways, just because again, I don't have the humidity for it. Yeah. A little disappointed about that, but I'm glad I caught it. It's always good when you catch it early, guys. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you all in my next video.